What's going on? This is Magic Mitch, the food adventurer, and I'm just gonna say it. In this food adventure, things take a bit of a turn on this one, I'm not gonna lie. And I still can't believe how things unfolded as I took on this omelet challenge. And if you've been following along, this is day 28, challenge number 18 of this tour across the UK and Europe. And for this particular battle, I'm at the Deck Coffee House in Cardiff, Wales, taking on their Mega Deck Omelette Challenge. And for this omelette challenge, you have 40 minutes to complete the entire meal. And for this one, I do have specifics on the amounts of ingredients used. Now, starting with the eggs, you have 4 eggs in this omelette. Then we have 300 grams of chicken, 300 grams of bacon, 6 sausages, 1 whole pepper, and then we've got 200 grams of mozzarella cheese as well as 100 grams of cheddar cheese. And then finally we have 200 grams of coleslaw. And that last one's a bit interesting because I don't think outside of food challenges I've ever had coleslaw in an omelet. And you can let me know in the comments down below if you ever have or even consider having coleslaw in your omelet. Anyways, if you're able to slay this monstrosity within the 40-minute time limit, you are rewarded with a free meal, a free shirt, and your picture up on their wall of fame. Okay, so for this food adventure, I need to add some much needed context, because context matters. And really, it's one piece of critical information, and that is the simple fact that yesterday's challenge, that pizza with the nachos piled on top of it, well, it's still inside me, and I can feel every single ounce of it. I was basically giving myself a little prep talk to get myself ready, just being like, okay buddy, I know you're feeling like a big old fat turd because you still have all of yesterday's challenge still inside you, but luckily, today's a pretty straightforward one. All you have to do is take that big old shovel you call a spoon, cram as many of them big old bites of this delicious looking coleslaw, chicken, omelet concoction into your mouth, and just keep driving it all into that locker you call a stomach, and you'll have the win. That's all you have to do. Simple as that. And more importantly, you'll become the first person to win this challenge and follow it up with push-ups. Now, with that all being said, I was thinking since the breakfast items in this omelet challenge were going to be on the easier side to eat, and if I was really able to push myself, which was still my intentions for this omelet challenge, I was considering taking a shot at the record, which is held by Randy Santel with a time of 13 minutes and 19 seconds. And if I was planning on really getting after it, I wouldn't really need to be too concerned with drinks all that much, because they didn't have soda, which I kind of thought was odd. But they did have some other options in addition to water, including apple juice, orange juice, sparkling water, and I think wine coolers, which my immediate thought was, there is absolutely no way that's a good idea. Because I could not imagine doing a food challenge where your drink of choice is wine coolers. I mean, to me, that seems pretty wild. So now that you know the circumstances and the situation I was in, wouldn't it be something if I just ended up in a situation where things weren't going the way I planned? And perhaps maybe I needed something other than water to help get this challenge down? Well, guess what? Things go very wrong, very fast in this one. As yesterday's challenge starts to fight back right away, like it's trying to get the last laugh. And my food fighting abilities just absolutely tank. Oh my god, it was just like, actually it was kind of incredible to see how fast I went from 0 to 0, but never mind. At this moment, I knew I had to get myself in the proper mindset and switch gears from having a stellar, record-setting performance to really just buckling down, gathering my composure, and try to just grind this one out. And I gotta say, not having soda, it really sucks. Because having water was only gonna get me so far. So then I did end up switching to orange juice, which I think using orange juice for a food challenge might be a first for me, and probably my last, because this was pretty much a desperate maneuver to try to overcome this dire situation of flavor fatigue I was experiencing. And honestly, I just wanted to be done. And you know, the best way to relate to this is, if you ever ate way more than you should have during Thanksgiving or Christmas, and the next day you just feel like absolute bloated gutter trash, I mean, I don't know if that happens to you, but that's basically how it is for me every year because I lack a thing called self-control. That's kind of how I felt like today. And it's not like I haven't been doing food challenge after challenge on this trip. It's just some days you're not feeling your finest, especially when you have a prior challenge still stuck in you somewhere. Oh, poor Mitchy Poo. Now, as far as my thoughts go on this food challenge, in terms of the setup, I'm giving this one a thumbs up. First off, that 40-minute time limit is definitely a plus, And I think it's pretty fitting because at the time of this challenge, there were 47 attempts with only 2 winners. And it does have the gold standard for winning, which is the free meal, free shirt, and your picture up on the wall of fame for completing the challenge. And as for the taste, again I'm giving this one a thumbs up, though I'm gonna say right away, you gotta take my review on this with a grain of salt because like after the first 5 minutes, my taste buds were basically in free fall and just starting to turn off. But based on those first few bites I had, I guarantee you that if you're a fan of omelets, you would certainly enjoy this one. And even though that coleslaw is a bit of a twist, I have to say that it might sound crazy, but it does work. And I gotta say, if you're enjoying your time watching, poor old Mitchy Poo struggled to survive through this battle of this omelet challenge, it would be much appreciated if you took a few seconds out of your day to leave a little magic of your own by liking the video and leaving a comment down below so we can keep the conversation going. And if you want to watch this tour from the very beginning, where I assure you I have much better food fighting performances than this absolute crapshoot, a link will be down in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next food adventure.